Hai, Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. My name is Amy Zulfika binti M. Bastamam. My other teammates is Nur Atika and Nur Afiza. We are from Group 4 and we will present about public enterprise.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. So I am Nur Afiza Jaafar.
Hello everyone, my name is Nur Atika binti Muhammad Akram.
What is public enterprise? Public enterprise are autonomous or semi-autonomous corporations and companies established, owned and controlled by the state and engaged in industrial and commercial activities. It also can define as an enterprise which is established, owned and financed with taxpayers' money by the government with the motive of not making profit but rendering essential commodities or services to the public. It is also called statutory corporation. So, what the characteristic of public enterprise? First, financed by government. The government finance public enterprise. They are either wholly owned by the government or have a government majority shareholding. Private investment are permitted in some ventures, although the government continues to play a major role. Second, government management. The government is in charge of public enterprise. In some cases, the government has launched business under the authority of its own ministries. In other circumstances, the government appoints people to run the business. Government departments have direct and indirect authority over independent bodies. Next, financial independence. Despite the fact that the government makes investment in government enterprise, they become financially self-sufficient. They are not reliant on the government to meet their basic requirements. These business plan and handle their own budgets. When it comes to pricing their items, they take profit into account as well. It has added business in self-financing their expansion. So let's see the importance of public enterprise. First, to correct the failures of the market. Market failure can occur for a variety of reasons, including natural monopoly, various forms of competition limitation, externalities or spillover effects on others, and if the items produced are to some extent public goods. Second, to alter the structure of payoff in an economy means modifying the benefits obtained by specific people or groups. Employees, consumers, or the government could all benefit. The considerable cross-subsidization found in public enterprise pricing is one approach to change payoff. Third, to facilitate centralized long-term economic planning. In some cultures, this is a motivation. In France, government ownership of electricity and rail allowed for the provision of service ahead of demand as part of the nation's planning process, particularly in light of the government's effort to decentralize the economy. And the last one, to change the nature of company from capitalist to socialist, has been a major factor in some business.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. I am Nur Afiza Jaafar. Today I'd like to share with you about development of public enterprise. Okay, the development of public enterprise present in Malaysia is conducted after the end of World War II. An initial business environment was established by Kereta Api Tanah Melayu and is well indicted with the set-up of railway transportation in Malaysia. Later on 1965, RIDA was called Majlis Amanah Rakyat. This is MARA, involving their function in boosting the growth of the economy and social development of Bumiputra, people who at the time is mainly impoverished. Perbadanan Nasional Berhad (PERNAS) was created in 1965 to help Bumiputra in many sectors to remain competitive. The Lembaga Urusan Tabung Haji, now known as Lembaga Tabung Haji in 1960, Lembaga Pelabuhan Kelang in 1963, and Federal Agriculture and Marketing Authority (FAMA) in 1965 were other public companies which had been created around the same period. Okay, second, challenges of public enterprise. One of the most known challenges is that the objective of establishing public enterprise is vague, hence not clear. The problem is the public enterprise, when established, they have both objective and also include too many activities which create confusion. In other words, there are also a certain clash of objectives like the financial and social objective and which to obtain. The other challenge facing public enterprise is overlapping and duplication of function amongst public enterprise. This dilemma will not provide public enterprise efficiency, but rather make public enterprise less effective and have to fight for the same time limited resources. The problem has become quite common and also serious at the same time with the instant development of public enterprise in the context of the top level or the enterprise level. In addition to the lack of professionalism, having the power to coordinate with the corporate entity may help in the process. Okay, next, the relationship among ministry, directors and managers who had adversely affect the operational activity of public enterprise, since power building is ambiguous and unpredictable. This is a criticism of the public sector participation in the economy, particularly of formation of a public enterprise. What is impact on national inflation as the contribution to increase public? Okay, that's all. Thank you.
So, next is symptoms of problem. We had figured out 2 symptoms of problem in public enterprises. Firstly is the managerial failures, and secondly is the problem of accountability. Nowadays, the establishment of public enterprises have unclear objectives and not following the proper management plan, such as planning, organizing, leading and controlling. As a result, the particular public enterprises keep having financial burden, over-capitalization and not able to change the nature of the economy how it was supposed to be. The inefficiency of the public enterprises is mainly because of the government as the policymakers, the ministers, the board of directors and the managers. On the other hand, mutual satisfactory accountability is yet to be achieved between the government and the enterprises. This symptom of problem occurs when the measure and complexity of accountability between both the government and the enterprises are varied. Redundant labor. When the employment is not following a proper management plan, it will cause a long-term effect. It will create a massive inefficiencies and underemployment in the public enterprise industries. Corruption. Corruption is not a new norm in Malaysia and public enterprises industry. Corruption is the cause of huge revenue losses. It causes a loss of public trust, which can reduce public support for public enterprises and in turn the willingness to pay taxes and fees. Investor confidence is also harmed due to corruption. Ethics. Ethics in public enterprises are hard to achieve. Enterprise management is frequently viewed as risk-avoiding, desiring a quiet life, lacking in proper rewards, and not as skilled as in the private sector. Political status. New Malaysia has been known all over the world with the unusual and unstable democratic practice. It affects every affairs of the governance, including public enterprises. Ongoing political turmoil greatly reduce the likelihood of serious economic reform anytime soon. Attempts to minimize the role of government in industry in the past, even under more favorable political circumstances, have resulted in the opposite. There are no simple fixes for deep-rooted political problems. As a conclusion, the public enterprise had contributed significantly to the Malaysian citizen as a whole. The ability to address the growing demand of the market and made a faster impact on society despite there were certain challenges that have to face by the public enterprises like coordination issues, similar objectives and others, has given a promising result even though it seems difficult to see any long-term future for the public enterprise sector. Remember, good governance, good public enterprise, good citizen. That's all from us. Thank you. Bye-bye.